So as a lot of you know, I make jingles, tags, and full-length songs in Barbershop Harmony. Now that's all I do these days. That's my job. That's how I make my money. I haven't been able to post that much on YouTube because I've been so busy doing this all the time. But I figured since we just hit 1,000 subscribers, I thought it'd be pretty cool to take you through the process, start to finish, of one of my orders here. I got a request for a pretty cool song and just show you how it's done. Barbershop John. Hey, I'm Barbershop John. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. And if you're a returning subscriber, I love you because we have 1,000 subscribers right now, which is awesome. I saw that in my email the other day. YouTube was like, woohoo, we got 1,000 subscribers. And I was like, woohoo, we got 1,000 subscribers. So I'm pretty stoked for that. Thank you guys. So like I said, today we're going to be jumping into an order that I got. I'm going to take you through the process, start to finish. I'm going to do the whole thing myself for this one. A lot of times since I get so many orders, I do have outside help that I hire. I have a sound engineer. I've talked about him before. Okay, so we have an order from a gentleman here who wants to arrange this song that he has in 4-part harmony. So he already has a song. I think he wants to record this himself, but he doesn't read sheet music, so he wants me to arrange it and then record each part so I can send it to him so then he can have it for himself. So let's listen to what he's got.
Dip the apple in the honey.
That's beautiful.
Make a bracha loud and clear.
Very nice.
Lishana tova umesuka.
That's not English.
Have a happy, sweet new year.
Very nice, very nice. I'm not exactly sure what this is. Maybe someone can fill me in. I mean, it's really beautiful. Clearly the lyrics are supposed to be beautiful, so that's great. But the words are, dip the apple in the honey, make a bracha loud and clear. Bracha means blessing. Lishana tova umisuka, have a happy, sweet new year. Now, that's with a very American accent, so if anybody speaks Hebrew, I'm sorry. So he said, I want you to take my song and put it into 4-part harmony, but here's the catch. You can't use my chords. You have to use different chords. So the thing about that is he is using really standard chords. So he's forcing me to be creative here because he's using pretty much 1s, 4s, and 5s. And if you don't really know anything about music theory, don't worry about any of this. This might get a little bit complicated, but hopefully I'll still make it fun for you. So they usually use 1s, 4s, and 5s, and that's exactly what he's using here. Those are the scale degrees in the scale. So the lowest note in like do 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 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you build chords on top of those notes, and that's what I mean when I say 1, 4s, and 5s. Those are the big ones. Since like Mozart and before, everyone's been using 1s, 4s, and 5s, 5, 7s, because that's what works. But we can't today because I'm not allowed to use his chords. So that's okay. That's okay. So now I'm going to run over to the piano. This is the next thing that I do. And then I'm going to find the melody and start making new chords. Once I have the new chords, then I'll put that all on sheet music. So let's jump over to the keyboard. Real quick, before we go on, I should say, when he says I can't use his chords, that doesn't mean I can't use any of his chords because that would be impossible. You pretty much have to start on 1 and you have to end on 1 in a lot of cases. So I'm going to do that. And 4s and 5s are the pillars of music. So 1s, 5s, and 1s are like the checkpoints in music. And then 4s can go to 5. I'm not going to go too much into that, but 1s, 4s, and 5s are extremely important. They're very strong. They make you feel good when you come back to them. So I am going to have those pillars of 1s, 4s, and 5s, but I'm going to try to come up with some pretty fun chords in between them to make a very different sound. So let's go. Okay. So he sang this in A, but I'm going to put it in A flat because that's just a lot warmer of a key, in my opinion. So we're in A flat. Got my really bad keyboard here, but that's okay because I'm really bad at keyboard. But this will do. So let's start with the chords that he had. He had, starting with just a 1. Dip the apple So right there, we can already do something different. So we can start with a 1. Dip the apple in the honey. Yeah, I like how that feels. I feel like we need one more chord though. Yeah, okay, yeah. Dip the apple in the honey. Okay, sweet. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go from a 1 to a 6 to a 1-7. Oh yeah, that's gonna sound really good. Alright, there's a lot of chord worshiping in. Dip the apple in the honey, make up. Okay, so he goes to a 5-7 here. Bra, bra. But it needs more emotion. So I think I'm gonna make it a 4 add 9. So make up loud and clear. Clear. Yeah. So we'll go 4 add 9 to 5. So make up loud and clear. 5-7. And then we can use normal chords here. Lishana Tova Umisuka. Have a happy, sweet new year. Okay, so that's good. We're gonna be fine there. We're gonna start with a 1. Recap, we'll start with a 1, go to a 6, 5-7, 4, add 9. There's a 9, 5-7, back to 4, back to 1, 5-7, this is all standard, and then we have here, Sweet New Year. So from this, he did just a standard 4, 3, 2, 1, but, and he said we can't use that, so we gotta come up with something else. Alright, I'm gonna use the cheesiest, well, it's not cheesy, but the cheapest barbershop trick in the book. I like to call this the Hollywood ending. When you have a post on 1, you can just do a flat 6, flat 7, and back to 1. And it sounds epic, but I mean, it's such a cheap trick. We're gonna do it. So, yeah, alright, cool. So we're on A flat, we have flat 6, which is E major. Flat 7, which is G flat. And we can put it here. Nice. And then back to 1. Alright, sweet. Let's put that on sheet music.
Okay, so we are in 3/4 in the key of A flat, and the first thing I need to do is just write out the melody in the lead part. So that goes on the top staff here, of course. It's super simple, just writing it all out. The next thing I do is I'm going to put the chord symbols where they fall, where we decided they would be with the keyboard. So I just write those out. And then I put in the bass part. And the bass part is pretty simple. I pretty much just stick to exactly what the chord symbols say. Just use the roots of those. Now sometimes I gotta get out of the way of the lead, like right there, and just go to a different note if the lead takes the root, and that's totally fine. So then I like to go to the tenor next, and now I'm just putting in whatever's missing from the chord that the lead and the bass don't have. The tenor likes to be above the lead and pretty close to it as well. So that'll often be major thirds and 7s and stuff like that, just following the chord symbols. And the last part is super easy. The baritone is the easiest part to write, in my opinion, because all you do is fill in whatever's left over. So whatever the lead, bass, and tenor aren't singing in the chord, just put the baritone there. And that's why it ends up being so weird to sing baritone parts, because they're not really written with the melody in mind. Okay, so the last thing I'm doing is changing it to 4/4 having a cool little time slowdown here, and we're using the Hollywood ending, which, as I said before, is the major flat 6, major flat 7 add 9, and then back to 1. So I'm doing a fun thing. Since we only have 4 parts, I want to add a 7 instead of making it just an add 9 chord on the major flat 7 chord. So I'm making it rootless, actually. So there's no root. The bass is just singing the 5th. And the very last thing I do is just put in the lyrics, and then we're done. So that's how it looks on sheet music, and let's see how it sounds in real life.
Dip the apple in the honey, make a bracha loud and clear. Lishana tova umisuka, have a happy, sweet New Year. New Year.
Alright, that was kind of a long video, kind of a technical video, but if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button, and tell me, what should I do next? Do you want something more like this? Do you want me to make a video going more in depth into like the beginner's part of the music theory if it was too complicated? Or do you want me to just get rid of this and get back to the music? Whatever it is, put it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.